It's time for Oliver.
Well. It's hard to believe that summer is almost over and it's time for school to begin again. With that in mind, the Continuing Education Department of the Big Show presents An American's Guide to France. France is located on the European continent. It's a medium-sized country with a maximum-sized ego. It is an important member of the world community, just not as important as it thinks it is. France is a very old country with many treasures, such as the Louvre and Euro Disney. Among its contributions to Western civilization are overpriced champagne, smelly cheese, and most of the world's venereal diseases. Oh, and don't forget the guillotine, which was justifiably used mostly on the French. The French insist on speaking French, though many of them will speak English if you yell at them. France has a population of 56 million people, 52 million of which drink and smoke. The other 4 million are children 10 years old and younger. Most French people of legal age have driver's licenses. This is odd because they don't know how to drive. French people are, in general, gloomy, temperamental, arrogant, aloof, and undisciplined. And those are their good points. Most French citizens are Roman Catholic, though it's hard to tell from their behavior. The men often have girls' names like Marie or Michelle, and they kiss each other when they meet. France has a long military history, participating in many wars throughout the years. It might have been nice for them to win at least a couple of them, but that's a little hard to do when you're running away across the countryside, squealing and holding up your skirt like you were in a square dance. It's important to note that tourists should be aware that France is, from time to time, invaded, usually by Germany. Traditionally, the French surrender immediately. For tourists, a telltale sign of an invasion is seeing the French leaders scurrying in circles, emitting high-pitched yelps. In olden times, French leaders would either die of fright outright or drown trying to swim to England to escape. Today, there's a tunnel that leads from France to Britain under the English Channel, making it easier and safer for the French to turn tail and run. This was built by the English, so when the French are running away, they can wait for them on the other side and make fun of them. Some historians say that rats learned how to desert a sinking ship by watching the French. Get it? Popeye. France's most important historical figures are Napoleon, Joan of Arc, Inspector Clouseau, and Charles de Gaulle, who was the president for years but is now an airport. One of the most baffling facts is that the French pride themselves in their culture. Why? All their music sounds the same, usually a lot of accordions, and they've never made a movie that you'd watch for anything but the naked scenes. And even those really aren't very sexy. I don't care how pretty she might be, I, for one, find it hard to get excited about a chick with more leg and pit hair than I have. And the men? Well, can you say wee wee? Get it? If that's not enough, the French are inexplicably convinced that Jerry Lewis is some sort of comedic genius. Hello? So if you're looking for French culture, your best bet is to stop at Les 7-Eleven and pick up some Yoplait yogurt. France is known the world over for its food, and the world is laughing. Let's face it, no matter how much garlic you put on it, a snail is just a slug sporting a hardtop. Croissants, on the other hand, are excellent, though impossible for most Americans to pronounce. John Boy?
Guys!
I rest my case. France has a large and diversified economy, which is a shock because no one has ever seen a French person work. If they aren't on their 4-hour lunch break, they're on strike from their pretend jobs, blocking the roads with their trucks and tractors. And with all that gridlock, it's the perfect time to kick back and have some wine. France's principal exports are nuclear weapons, guided missiles, guns, grenade launchers, tanks, attack aircraft, wine and cheese. At least it used to be. Now that Saddam Hussein is busted, it's just the wine and cheese. Get it? France enjoys a picturesque countryside, a varied landscape, and a temperate climate. In short, it would be a wonderful place to live if it weren't for all the damn French people. The best thing you can say about France is, it's not Germany. Exactly my point, my ball-capped young friend.